And welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to live from the cottage in Sevierville, Tennessee. Saint-Kitts-et-Nevis versus French Guiana in the Gold Cup 2023 prelims, round 2. Martinique just scored a second on Puerto Rico and eliminated them with that empty netter, pretty much. Martinique joins the El Salvadorian, Panamanian, and Costa Rican Group C. So we only have 17 teams left in Gold Cup contention. That will be whittled down to 16 by the end of the night, by midnight plus. A quick weather delay almost derailed us, but we're right on cue. Kevin Fortune scores for Martinique. And, by the way, I got lineups. Hold on. You can't really tell. But I got lineups and stats over here. I didn't need to pull out the laptop. So, that's awesome. Maybe I should start doing that instead. Turn the computer. But with that being said, starting 11s are as follows, since this one pretty much is over. For Saint-Kitts-et-Nevis, in goal, Giuliani Archibald. The back four, Malik Roberts, Andre Burley, Gerard Williams, Raheem Hanley. The midfield three, Raheem Summersall, Johannes Mitchum, Romain Sawyers. The front three, Taquani Williams, Jacob Hazel, and Amari Sterling James. For French Guiana, Donovan Leon in goal, Gregory Lescott, Johan Marmot, Mikel Colino, and Thomas Namuth. The back four. The midfield three in a triangle, Miguel Habo, Zidane Charlek, Kevin Remain. The front three, Ludovic Ball, Loic Ball, and Arnold Abelinti. Was that full time? Well, there you go. Did that just do what I think it did? Was that full time for the last match? Or I don't know. Okay. So, what's more important, the CONCACAF Cup or the Gold Cup? Are you saying Nations League or Gold Cup? It is. You'll see more during the vlog in the morning because I get to do this. Got a bit scared, but hey, if I wake up early for breakfast and I only get about 6 hours of sleep, it's probably about what I was going to get anyway, considering even though I only got like 4 hours of sleep. You don't sleep well the first night traveling either. So you're behind the 8 ball a lot. So it is what it is. Nations League or Gold Cup? I mean, Gold Cup, because that's always been the Euros for CONCACAF. The Nations League, to me personally, well, Canada has a Gold Cup. They don't have a Nations League. So, but Gold Cup has always been the big trophy. Now, the way the U.S. is treating it and the Canadian team and anybody who makes Nations League is a little bit disrespectful. Like it's always a B team. Now, every other Gold Cup is a B team for Mexico and the USA. So, in the end, I mean, they sort of said screw it every other year. But now that the Nations League is around, it's pretty much like, hey, we don't care about the Gold Cup. If we win it, great. If we don't, we won the Nations League, or we went for that. So I'd say most teams, the teams who make the Nations League, care more about that. Now, the finals. Of course, you have to build up to the finals. You have to win your group or win your quarterfinal in the next situation. That's exactly my point. And the last time, too, somehow they won with a C team, and this team's even worse. Oh, and Berhalter's taking over. It's not BJ Callahan. So, no, the U.S. is going to get dunked on in the predictions by me. I will tell you that much, because it seems like Berhalter's taking over. Sort of a stupid way, you know? Let BJ Callahan have the summer, as you said he was going to have the summer. But whatever. I brought my Fire Stick. Now, every TV in this cottage is a smart TV, but I don't trust it. And that's not against whoever owns or who owns the cottage, but I needed my Fire Stick for the Fox Sports app anyway, and it kept me in by my DirecTV provider so I could watch these games. So it was part that, part also I don't trust the fact that multiple people sign in to the smart TV and then unsign in. I just don't want that data on a, ledger, like on a metadata ledger. So, well, it is anyway, but not because of me. So it is what it is. But I needed my Fire Stick anyway, so that's why I'm watching this. So there you go. So let's read some comments here before we get going. How we doing, Cellar Door? I think you were. How we doing, Winvo? We answered that. Teams think Nations League if they've made it. If they've not, Gold Cup. That's pretty much where we are now. How we doing, Diogo? It took from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. So, and then you also had the Eastern time zone change. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 10 hours. 10 hours. Of course, there were some stoppages there. We ate lunch at a Wendy's. Went to Buc-ee's, which, again, don't. Not even if it's outside of Texas, do not go to a Buc-ee's. It is freaking mayhem. And Texas times that by 10. I'm just guessing. So, no, don't do it. Don't. They know what they are. They're a truck stop that's a tourist attraction. Don't do it. Don't. Trust me. And I'll say it in the vlog too. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you ever go to Texas, sure as hell don't go to a Buc-ee's. And hell, in Tennessee, Auburn, I'm sure it's not that much better. It's probably worse in Texas, but I wouldn't do it personally. I wouldn't. Not again. I experienced it. It's not worth the hype. Took 30 minutes to get out of there. I bought a damn Coke Vanilla that I just finished about, an hour ago from there. A bottle. And it was also 25 minutes of walking through the whole store because, meaning, right? Don't do it. It's not worth it. I got a lot of stuff to crap on tonight with that travel experience. Vancouver FC versus Forge underway. They're playing today? Interesting. Perfect Storm Assness, a C team plus Greg. Hey, you won it last time. Also, Mexico firing the head coach. Coca deserved it. I said he was going to get fired after losing the semifinal. Even winning the third place, he still got fired. And people were like, he's not getting fired. I'm like, no, he is. At least getting thrown under the bus. He did. And Jimmy Lozano is actually a pretty good coach. Arguably. But it's just like that Olympic squad. That was the best of their powers, and they've been horrible ever since, like a Luis Romo or Sebastian Cordova, besides that Tigres run to the Clausura Championship. So is Jimmy Lozano really a good coach, or was that U23 Olympic squad the best those players will ever be? Most of them. I'd like to go with the former, but, just like those players, who knows? I mean, Jimmy Lozano wasn't good with Necaxa. He wasn't good there. So, it's interesting to see how that would turn. I just answered that. In fact, Canada was even in the first round for the 2022 World Cup qualifiers. Tells you why we should not take FIFA rankings seriously. Hallelujah. Amen. Preach. You have a point. You have a point. He coached Necaxa, the U23s, the Olympic squad, who we did well with. Pretty much that's it. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. They're not. That's the problem. They're not. They're bringing a B team. There's the problem. Richie Larea's there. Jonathan Osorio's there. Jacob Schaffenberg should play well. No Kobe Franklin for some reason, which kind of gives me pause. But okay, if you want to keep him with Toronto, I won't complain because we have to play games through the Gold Cup. So, yeah, shoot yourself in the foot to help the club. Sure, thank you. So, there you go. So, no, they're not. So, Jamaica might have the best chance. Canada, pissing their pants like they did at Nations League and taking a B team. Herdman may have lost the room. I'll try to talk myself into saying Canada's going to win the Gold Cup. I'll be happy if they do, but I don't know if that'll be my prediction. USA, Greg's coming back, and they have a C team that's worse than 2021. Yeah, no. They're going to lose. Mexico, well, I don't think Jimmy Lozano really fixes it. That's just a Band-Aid. Jamaica has an A team. They got Damari Gray. They might just win this damn thing. They might just beat the U.S. in the group stage. No joke. Jamaica might pull this one off, to be honest. If I'm being completely honest. Answered that. Tennessee. It's a freaking grift, okay? It's a grift. It's worse than Texas, I bet. It's a grift. Well, I wasn't. I didn't try the brisket sandwiches because that's not my thing. I have not heard of it. I should look that up on TikTok after this is over. Where were we? No. I mean, no manager is going to change the fact that Mexico is rotting from the head down. A fish rots from the carcass rots from the head down. That's what Mexico is. Vucetich won't change it. Coca didn't change it, even though I thought he was a fraud anyway. Lozano won't change it. Tuca won't change it. Amado won't even change it. And frickin' Ambriz won't change it. And Almeida ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole. Who wants the job? That's a poison chalice. I mean, what are you going to do? Who's the team that's in Trinidad's group that is 4th place currently? We're about to find that out now, actually. We're about to find that out now in the next 90 minutes. Giuliani Archibald, Malik Roberts, Gerard Williams, Andre Burley, Taquani Williams, Johannes Mitchum. I'll just read it again. Giuliani Archibald, Malik Roberts, Andre Burley, Gerard Williams, Raheem Hanley, Raheem Summersall, Johannes Mitchum, Romain Sawyers, Taquani Williams, Jacob Hazel, Omari Sterling James for St. Kitts wearing the white kits. And we got for French Guiana, Donovan Leon, Gregory Lescott, Johan Marmont, Mikhail Kalino, Thomas Nemuth, Miguel Habo, Zidane Charlek, Kevin Romain, Ludovic Ball, Loic Ball, Arnold Abelinti. Adonai Escobedo's the referee, and Kayla Herrera's the 4th. So we're about to find that out because St. Kitts or French Guiana will join that Group A. Because, of course, Trinidad moved to U.S. and Jamaica's group because of the disciplinary committee decision. So there you go. There's your answer. There's Japan 4, Pedro, and Peru 1. That doesn't surprise me, to be honest. That doesn't really surprise me. Yeah, he was. But that team's fell apart, too. Exactly. Germany lost to Luis Diaz in the U formation 4-2-2-2, final 2-0. I saw that, yeah. Making sure this worked. I think so. But I will check that before I make the video. Since Europa is going to have 16 teams in the World Cup, they should 33-35 around before 32 teams next round. Top 2 of each 4 go to the World Cup. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Exactly. And Grupo Orlegui, by the way, but let's not. No, nobody could. That's my point. Nobody can. Unless they get full reign to do whatever the hell they want. No, they won't. Pretty much. Pretty much until the FMF just gets absolutely ransacked by angry Mexican fans. Pretty much. They do. They do. And they look like some fun teams. So, be interesting to see. Yeah, I think St. Kitts are going to win. I agree. I think after that penalty shootout, I think they are. But we're going to find out. We're off. St. Kitts in white, French Guiana in yellow and blue. The rip-off Brazil. I'm sorry, that's all I could think. I had to. The rip-off Brazil playing forward 13 seconds in. The final game of Gold Cup prelims. The final team to qualify for the tournament. We will have 16 left in Gold Cup contention by the end of the night. This team joins Group A with the United States, Jamaica, Trinidad, and Tobago. They join. Summersall is the one I want to score. Yeah, I agree with that. I'd like to see Taquan Terrell score again as well. I think he should have started. The man legitimately had Saint-Kitts-et-Nevis to this final, this playoff final. The tying goal and the penalty win. No, you start the guy, right? You start the guy. Saint-Kitts-et-Nevis. That should be, nope, that'll be no foul to play for it. Okay. CONCACAF After Dark already? I saw turkeys. I ain't seen no bears yet. No foxes, no raccoons, but I've seen turkeys. I saw 3 turkeys. Walking past the land, I saw 3 turkeys. Yeah. Turkeys. And if I got those binoculars to work, I would have seen some horses too. But I didn't get them to work. So, there you go. Wild turkeys, yes. Wild turkeys. I don't think it's turkey season though, so. Oh, you're making the drink reference, so. There you go. Second minute, 0-0. You know, yeah. Wild turkey, I mean, I've never drank it. I know it's a whiskey, bourbon. It's a whiskey bourbon, I think. Something like that. I ain't drank it. When's Barcelona playing? I have no idea because I really don't care. I could care less. I have no idea. Sometime in July. Who of the lower-ranked CONCACAF nations is good? Because I don't know much about Guadeloupe. Guadeloupe is actually a very, very well-drilled side. So them being in Canada's group, I think that Guadeloupe should lose to Canada. And they probably would lose most matches, but it won't be as much of a walkover as you'd think. Guadeloupe does have some good players. They are well-drilled defensively. They're a good team. Arguably, as a lower nation. I mean, they can make the Gold Cup, unlike, I don't know, Suriname and Curacao. So, I mean, they're good enough, right? You know? It was binoculars that were provided by the, this is an Airbnb cabin, so the owners of the cabin. So, I don't know what brand they were. So, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. So... We don't care about Man City, and I don't care about Barca. 4th minute, 0-0. So, there you go. 4th minute, 0-0 here. French Guiana playing on the ball. French Guiana, I think, is a definite... I think they are what they are, so to speak. I think French Guiana are what they are. I think St. Kitts actually have some talent. I think they have a possibility to grow into something better than they are. Then again, we said that about Suriname. Look what happened to them. We said that about Curacao. Look what happened to them. So, I mean, it's a crapshoot. Unless you don't play the playoff, it's a crapshoot. Hell, 90 minutes and a penalty shootout. Hell, Canada could even lose that. I don't want to find out if I'm right. I do not want to find out if I'm right. At all. I do not want to find out. 4th minute, 0-0, playing forward here. French Guiana, the final prelim game. It's called a watch-along for a reason. called a watch-along for a reason. If I show it, I get a copyright strike. It's basically radio. Be a goal kick for St. Kitts. Who's winning? It's 0-0. Yeah, I can understand that. I could understand that because y'all were supposed to be the better team. You didn't play to your level, and you lost on penalties, and you got your heart broken by Puerto Rico, and then they go up and go flat against Martinique. I'm watching it on the Fox Sports app. It's on FS2, so as long as you have your provider logged in, you can have it that way, foxsports.com. Of course, you could use the incognito window trick to get the 2 free hours and not lose your preview pass. It's on FS2. I'm sure it's on One Soccer in Canada. Also, I'd use streameast.to if you could. CONCACAF YouTube channel, of course. TUDNA, I guess it's on VIX. I don't have VIX Plus, which I probably should, but I don't speak enough Spanish to watch telenovelas to make it worth my while to have VIX Plus when I have most everything. Sometimes need an extra high seas stream to watch something, so. Interesting. They're not showing it on One Soccer. Well, you could do that, yeah. I'm from Curacao, but congrats to St. Kitts. Kind of sad, but it's not always going to go like you want it to be. You did the same thing Suriname did, pretty much. You didn't play to your level. They came back. They won on penalties. St. Kitts did enough. You did the same thing Suriname did, which it's kind of weird that it happened twice to 2 Dutch Antilles nations. It's weird that it happened twice. To 2 growing nations, in fact. It's weird that it happened twice. Huh. How we doing? Seaverville, Tennessee. The Smoky Mountains. See, it's a cottage here. So, there you go. Well, I mean, you already know some things. Exactly. I think people will love my predictions for the Gold Cup. I'm not going to talk myself into Canada winning the tournament. I'm not. If they do, I'm happy. But they're not. So they're not. That roster was horrible, and Herdman's lost the room. No Stachio. Wait, no. No, I think we still have a Stachio. It was Kone who... Stachio, Oso, Larea. That's about it for regular players. That's about it. There you go. Mexico was going to bottle it. Puerto Rico versus Martinique finished 2-0. This is Saint-Kitts-et-Nevis versus French Guiana right now. Martinique beat Puerto Rico 2-0. So, yes, the game was finished. After that mini rain delay. St. Kitts to play in. That's out for a corner for St. Kitts. I saw his knee pain, which sucks. But it's funny how Grêmio are putting the clause in his retirement contract saying you ain't going to Miami. It's like, I don't know if it is, but if he starts saying, you know what, I'm fine, I can play. It was a trick that failed miserably. But the way he's reacting doesn't make me think it's a trick. I think he really is. That's a save that'll be cleared. But again, it sucks to see. I'm a big fan of Suarez. He's fallen off hard. Out of all the older guys, the guys we grew up with, he fell the hardest. He fell harder than Cristiano. I wouldn't say Messi fell. He's just bowing gracefully, So Neymar, Did he ever make it where he was supposed to make it? It's like he tripped in his own way multiple times. He never made his heights. So, Hazard? I mean, you could say Hazard had a worse fall. He got his dream move and never really even played for Madrid. I mean, you could say he did. But I see what you did there. Suarez was a vampire. Why was he not in Twilight? Yeah, to be honest. My opinion, our players' Suriname lack fighting spirit or passion. It just seemed like they had to be there. The SBB needs to reorganize so we have some professionals running the show. Yeah, I know how that feels. I know how that feels. We know that. That's not going to happen, right? How we doing, Lamel? 11th minute. Nations League, by the way. Gareth Bale had a few good seasons in Madrid, but also had a huge fall. What do you reckon? Well, that's more because he just wanted to play golf. I mean, he had a lot of clutch moments. He still ended his career on a clutch moment, pretty much, his club career. So he got to play at a World Cup. I mean, is that a fall? Not exactly. He just didn't want to play for Madrid. They didn't like him. He wanted to play golf. Play golf. Wales Golf, Madrid. Gareth Bale thought he deserved better. I think he did. 12th minute. I mean, he won them single-handedly a Champions League. Their second most recent Champions League. Single-handedly. Well, you could also say Sergio Ramos for concussing Loris Karius, but I mean, you could say so. When you say 20 championships in a row, do you mean like 5 quadruples in a row or something, or 5 quintuples in a row, or 4 quintuples in a row, or you mean 20 MLS or 20 CCLs? Because if it's 20 CCLs, I'm taking it. If it's 4 quadruple or 4 quintuples in a row, honestly, I'll take it. If it's 20 MLS Cups in a row, no, it's not worth it for me. In that case, yeah, Canada wins back-to-back World Cups and falls off forever. But if it's CCL, though, but it's CONCACAF Champions Cup, 20 in a row of those, I'll take it. I'll take that deal. I'll take that deal in a heartbeat. No, I won't take that. No, I'll take Canada winning 2 World Cups in a row and then falling off forever. Yeah. MLS Cup, once you win it, could win more, but it just doesn't hit the same. Like, that's not really. Especially the way Toronto did it. It's like, okay, yeah, they got revenge on Seattle. It's like, yeah. The CCL is what I want. Or the Champions Cup. That's what I want. So, at this point, I don't know if they will. Herdman lost the room. If they would have got Carlo Ancelotti, 2030. At this point, I have no idea. I don't know if it'll happen, to be honest. I would be surprised. He already answered MLS. I wouldn't take it. It's not worth it for me. 14th minute. Mexico could barely win a header. This is true. Foul on Saint-Kitts. French Guiana will get a free kick here. Rightfully so. Can Jamaica beat USA or win the Gold Cup? Yes. Just look at that roster. Just look at that USA roster versus the Jamaica roster. And just look at Greg Berhalter versus Hallgrimsson. I mean, Jamaica to me, you know, people are sleeping on them. This is true, but this is true. But Campeones Cup's a Molero anyway. Over the bar by St. Kitts. I say St. Kitts. Let's see. Let's see if the stats follow what I say. I think St. Kitts have been slightly better. Let's see if the stats. 1 shot to 0. Possession has been more to French Guiana, but St. Kitts has had the only shot. Their passes is not, well, the stats do not bear out what I thought. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. No. I'm not as mad as I was on Sunday night, but I'm still a little bit doesn't feel that good, but Sunday was worse. Just a couple of weeks ago, 2 days after the last Champions League final, the Champions Cup and the logo. Same trophy, though. Makes me think they didn't really think it through. They just were like, oh, Central American Cup, oh, Leagues Cup, oh, Caribbean Cup. Let's call it CONCACAF Champions Cup. Oh, wait, we need a PR explanation on why they did it? Oh, okay. Champions Cup, it's hard to win, so on and so forth. Yeah, that we'll go with it. It's a new era. We needed the rebrand. Yeah, we'll go with it. I don't believe it. They just saw that it would be weird. That if one was CONCACAF Champions League when the rest were cups. The rest of the continental club trophies were cups. Which, I mean, it sort of makes sense, but, 17th minute, 0-0. Yes. Second, but yes. I don't think Greg would screw it up that badly. I don't see Trinidad changing anything. I don't see St. Kitts really doing anything else either to knock out the U.S. So it's pretty much just, can it happen? Not will it. They should. Again, Campeones Cup is a Molero. 18th minute. Yeah, I think St. Kitts can. I think they're well drilled. I think they have a very good feeling of a team, a growth of a team. The group that they have. They're a good team. They're a tough team. I think they can. I think French Guiana is just lacking in the toughness that St. Kitts has. So, it'll be interesting. We'll find out. That's what watching the games are for. To find out. Because you could make any prediction you want. It's fun to find out what really happens. But yes. Maybe. Is this game live right now? Can't find it on YouTube or One Soccer like previous games. It's on Fox Sports 2. It is live. Also, you could use the foxsports.com watch live tab, incognito window for one half, then close it, then reopen it that way. Get both halves. So, that should help. Or streameast.to, either way. Said you couldn't find it on YouTube. Nice Toby Keith reference. 20th minute. Still 0-0, 20 minutes in. Throw in for St. Kitts. St. Kitts making the run. Could they find a chance here? Ball crossed in. Not yet. Still with St. Kitts. Oh, nice. Nice dribbling. Long cross. Headed away by French Guiana. Interesting. Ball played over the top. That'll bounce out. Goal kick for French Guiana 20 minutes in. St. Kitts looking to be the final team to qualify to the CONCACAF Gold Cup 2023. Costa Rica are in shambles right now. Questionable. I mean, not really. I mean, they did make the World Cup. I think that counts for something, right? Counts for something. May not count for much, but it counts for something. Yes. Yes, it is real. Do you see a green line on my shoulders? It's a real background. If I wanted to green screen a background, it would be a football pitch or something. I don't know. Or the logos of teams. I don't know. Makes more sense. But I don't have a green screen. Costa Rica lost to Guatemala and Ecuador. That's actually bad. You might be right. My bad, you might be right. So you're telling me Panama and El Salvador. Okay. All right. I mean, El Salvador did just draw 1-1 to South Korea. Because it's a log cabin in the Smoky Mountains. So there's your answer. Looks nice. Plays forward, 22nd minute. St. Kitts. Oh, that'll be a goal kick for St. Kitts, 22nd minute. Will we get penalties to end out the preliminary round? Which league will Curacao play in the Nations League for the next Gold Cup qualification? They will be playing in, there we go. They will be playing in League A. League A. League A, Group A for Curacao. And they could also qualify to Copa America if they finish top 2 in their group and they either beat one of the big 4 or they win a play-in round. So you have 2 chances if they do enough to finish top 2 in their group of their Nations League. Have to see how that works for how we doing, Connor? Yeah. Then Honduras finished above Curacao. They did, but all the teams in League A stayed up. There was no drop for League A because of this Copa America qualifier. They added 4 teams. They didn't drop anybody. So they did not drop anybody. Except I think Trinidad might have moved up in the Nations League as well as they did in the Gold Cup. I might be wrong, but I think that's correct. So, but again, anybody who dropped or should have dropped in the Nations League did not drop. They only promoted the 4 group winners to League A because of the Copa America qualifier, so they could have the top 4, the big 4, CONCACAF, have a bye. Yeah, I would agree with that. So that's why. Oh, come on. I think they could, to be honest. If they had a chance, I think they could. No. I saw turkeys, though. TJ Tahid for Vancouver. Forge is not looking good recently. Exactly. So they took both the Gold Cup and Nations League spot. Jesus Ferreira needs to have a monster tournament for the USMNT to have a chance to get to the final. I agree. I think he could. I think he could. I think he could. So we'll see, though. But he kind of has to carry Berhalter, which, yeah, I don't like the look of that. 25th minute, 0-0. St. Kitts, bad giveaway. French Guiana, foul, free kick here. French Guiana starting to... Exactly. Jamaica might just win the whole damn thing. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. I have no idea. I think Herdman lost the room, but I don't think they're going to fire him. The CSA, I don't think they're going to fire him. But the midfield is Wolff, Senora, Roldan, Sands, and Buzio, very lightweight. Exactly. And, I mean, the goalkeeping situation isn't really... I mean, you got Matt Turner. I didn't say he would. I said he should. And he's lost the locker room. I know he probably won't. He lost the locker room. And to be honest, he got out-tacticked by BJ Callahan. Who would have expected that? I know Canada Soccer won't fire John Herdman. They wouldn't do it. Whether it's because they want to save money or whether that's because they honestly don't care, which honestly I think it's both. But, you know, they're good with being mid, having some hope, and not actually delivering. It sounds like Belgium, kind of, if we're being honest. It's funny because Matt Turner... It's funny because Matt Turner's going to go from Nations League to Gold Cup to All-Star Game to preseason. And you know Don Garber's going to be like, hey, Matt, could you play the All-Star Game? So we could have that MLS-made keeper in goal for Arsenal. And there's another weather delay. 26th minute, 0-0, but we're going to keep pushing. I don't care. We're going to keep pushing. So whenever this is on, we're on. So, yes, and I don't think there will be any weather delays because of it. Bukayo Saka did score a hat trick for England today, and hopefully he does carry that form for Arsenal. They all do. The freaking Canadian Soccer Association, or the Crony Soccer Association, Bob Bradley, and, well, Greg Vanny. I know, right? This is why you don't play a tournament in Florida in the summer. Especially Miami. This is going to happen. Hell, late is the weird part, but I would say so. Mr. Hurricane Expert could tell you that's just stupid. Don't. Did this happen the last time they did prelims? I don't think it did. I think they got lucky for like all 3 dates of prelims last tournament. And then the first one of this. Let's see. National. How about. No. So here's where we are. Let's see. Where's the weather? So, Fort. Hopefully this works. There we go. Fort Lauderdale weather. Played in the Titans Stadium, for crying out loud. But, well, they don't have a problem with it being empty during the prelims. Let's see. Weather.com. Fort Lauderdale. Weather forecast and conditions. Does it show radar? 2 a.m. CONCACAF After Dark. TFC tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern or 7:25. Let's see here. Radar. Perfect. See what that radar looks like. Another rain delay in Fort Lauderdale. I have no idea why. CONCACAF wants more money. And BMO won't give it to them. I want to see St. Kitts go through. So, I know. Happy to see it. This is another replay. Where's the radar? This doesn't. Trying to see what this. See, hourly. That doesn't do anything for me. There we go. Mbappe, Haaland, Messi. Who gets 1, 2, and 3 Ballon d'Or? Messi, Haaland, Mbappe. Messi, Haaland, Mbappe. The first one was both on Saturday and boom, there we go. Yep. Good for them. Good for them. Let's see, National Weather Service. Let's see what we got here. South Florida. There we go. Can anyone tell me what's the stoppage between St. Kitts, French Guiana? Another weather delay. Another weather delay. Let's see if this shows up. Or not. Let's see here. Actually, yeah. Ooh. Hopefully that goes south. That's going east. That's a good picture. Lightning, severe wet. Well, not severe weather, but lightning. It's a good picture. If that's going east, let's see here. If that's that band is going east, I mean, that might just skirt under the city. That might just, but we might be in for it. We might be in for it. That looks east to me. See, that cell looks like it's going south, but could be, but it could also go. Damn, that is a big blob of precipitation, though. Interesting. Interesting. So, I was looking through that. Sounds about right to me. 26-minute weather delay. Sounds about right to me. 40%. Yeah, I know it happened. Well, there you go. Well, they did it before in 2021 and didn't look like they, what's the word? Paid for it with weather delays. So, you know. Well, actually. Hold on. CONCACAF. Gold Cup Prelims 2021. Let's see. Still, should Human Sun stay at Spurs or take the dough, move to Saudi Pro League? Stay at Spurs. Like, to me personally, most players should just keep on pushing in Europe. Taking the money just shows absolutely no ambition. Like, it's exactly what happened with China, personally. It's what happened with China, but even more. I don't really like how that was, personally. I think in the end, teams should, because CONCACAF's not going to play prelims in the countries of the teams in the prelims. They're just not going to do it because they want Gold Cup money for even games that aren't really the Gold Cup. So in the end, money. Money's the answer. As always with CONCACAF. Money is the answer. That's why Qatar's in the Gold Cup. They got paid. Money. So, yeah, I mean, it could happen. Why are people going to Saudi Arabia? Money. Speaking of money. The almighty dollar. See, it's what makes the world go round is money. And when they give you the right amount of money, they're going to make the move. With that being said, Saudi Arabia is going to pull an exact situation that happened with China. The money bubble will burst one of these days. But even worse, considering all these players, except for Messi, is going to Saudi Arabia. I heard about it, yes. I heard about the Michael Boxall situation. Feel sorry for him. Michael Boxall's a good player. Good man. Didn't deserve what happened to him. So, again, I heard about the situation. Saudi Arabia has oil money. They do. Who's winning so far? 0-0 between both St. Kitts and French Guiana. 0-0. I mean, in theory, yes, but then you have to travel referees to those countries, so you take money out of the... Yeah, in theory, yeah, you're right. But again, CONCACAF never really played with theory. More like Miami and Jorge Mas probably gave him a bag and said, hey, play your games here. And they did. Twice. I don't think it's about the ticket sales. I think it's about the owner that greased the wheels and gave them the bag, so to speak. So, again, there you go. Qatar is. Did I? I ain't heard of a St. Thomas team. No. Well, I mean, it's Venezuela. Didn't. I would have never thought. Like, unless the U.S. got their way, they would not capitalize on their oil reserves. So, I mean, there you go. Mile high, how we're doing. I was thinking of Qatar, yes. I didn't think I misspoke, but I guess I did. Yeah, true. True. I mean, Diego Coca should have gotten fired. I think he was not that good of a manager in the slightest. I think he got thrown under the bus, but he also is not that good of a manager. So Jimmy Lozano, I don't think he'll change anything, but it'll be interesting to see how it turns out, so to speak. So again, for me, I don't know if I like the Lozano move, but I think Coca needed to get fired, if only to I wouldn't say make a statement, but to, I don't really know how to put it. But Kolka's just, he was never the guy. He was always a fraud. I don't know why people think he is not a fraud. He was a fraud at Rotglas. And they handed him 2 titles with the VAR referees and all that. So, I mean, I don't get it, to be honest. But sit tight and take a break. Exactly. But again, I guess Florida makes the most money and it's possible for the island nations to get there. But again, not the smartest. Yep, weather delay. Hopefully, we don't get many more rain delays during the next couple of rounds of the Gold Cup. But we will keep pushing until this is over, whether it be, I don't know, whether how long it's 2, 3, 4 hours. We will push till this is over. So, yeah, it is weird. Exactly, especially in the summer. Who won the earlier qualifiers? The teams that won earlier were Martinique, 2-0 over Puerto Rico, and also and Guadeloupe over Guyana. Yes, Guadeloupe over Guyana. Almost had a brain fart. Yeah, Guadeloupe and Martinique. So Guadeloupe's with Canada, Martinique is with the U.S. Or no, El Salvador and Panama, Costa Rica. The winner of this goes United States, Jamaica. I've been up way too long, but we will finish this. But there we go. 14th minute of, or they're showing the 14th minute of Guadeloupe or Guyana versus Grenada. Still waiting. Costa Rica, Panama, El Salvador, Martinique's very interesting group. I mean, it's a very tight group too. I mean, it's a very tight group of teams. Anybody could win. Anybody could get through. Anybody could get eliminated. It'd be very interesting to watch just because there's so many permutations of what can happen and what could happen in this tournament with them. So it's an interesting situation that I'd like to see how it plays out. I really do. I'd like to see how it plays out. But CONCACAF After Dark will still be going. Will this team go to Group A? Yes. The winner of this will go to Group A. Hopefully Callahan gets his tactics right first game against Jamaica, because I feel like Jamaica is going to come and hope BJ can do the same thing he did against Canada. Here's the thing, though. It seems like Greg Berhalter's taking over BJ Callahan for the Gold Cup. That's what I heard. That Greg would take over from Gold Cup on, that BJ only got the Nations League. That's what I heard. But maybe. But that's what I think CBS said. Whether that, I think it was Mo Adu that said it during the Nations League final coverage. So I would believe him. I'd lean towards believing him. That it would be Berhalter over Callahan. That it would be. So that's just my thoughts there. That's a Guadeloupe and Martinique to the group stage. Here's my thought about that. Martinique. I think Martinique could pull some upsets or at least some moments of brilliance. Guadeloupe, sort of similar, but they're definitely not getting out of the group or even getting second. I don't think they really have a chance of anything more than fighting for good moments. That's about it. But Martinique is a very similar side. There we go. If you have crap players, it wouldn't make a difference. Aaron Herrera and Mendez call up to Guatemala. Good players. Aaron Herrera, good player for Guatemala. He's playing well for Montreal this year, so I think Aaron Herrera is a wonderful addition to a Guatemala side who's building something. Mendez also a good player as well. I think Guatemala is building something in the interim here. Let's see what we got. It looks like those storms are sort of weakening over Fort Lauderdale. They're pulling. Looks like the storms. I think we should be somewhat in the clear soon. Yeah, I would agree with that. If you make it, you're going to have a B team. If you don't, well, it is what it is. I'd say I'm not saying it'll be quick, but I think we probably should soon get out of this weather delay soon. It's late too in Florida. Hopefully they can get back on soon. I'm in the same time zone, so running on 4 hours of sleep. Caffeine out the wazoo, and trying to finish this game. So yeah, I can't wait to wake up at about 8 in the morning after going to sleep at 3 because of this freaking rain delay. What it possibly could be. Yay, fun for me, right? Lovely. Lovely. Hopefully that breakfast is worth it. That whatever pancake hut or whatever. Hopefully the breakfast is worth it. because if it's not, well, there you go. But it looks to me it should be somewhat. Let's see what they have to say about the Gold Cup. It's Mother Nature so long. Yep. I don't see anything. No, I did not. I think we're going back, ain't we? Yep, we're back. We're back. Speaking of weather delays, we're back. Okay. So, we are back. We will start with the play where it was in the 26th minute. The Gila Tech rain delay is over with another 15. With another 19 to go plus stoppage time. Yeah, here's the thing, though. It's basically a patchwork stadium anyway for Miami. They should have the new Freedom Park Stadium at some point, and honestly, even then, it doesn't really seem like they're going to really use, what's the word, Drive Pink that much more because Messi's coming over, so they're going to try to play some games at Hard Rock, which that doesn't surprise me at all. So, a makeshift stadium that you aren't really even going to use anymore because you signed the biggest star in the world. Yeah, that seems very anti-foresight. Ball crossed in, shot by St. Kitts. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good shot by Sterling James. Thought they had a chance there. 28th minute. Apparently they're saying Messi is set to make his debut against Cruz Azul, which Cruz Azul is going to be screwed. Yeah, we knew that since they announced that Messi was coming over, that it was going to be Leagues Cup against Cruz Azul, which I was already covering that before Messi got signed, but now I definitely ain't going to change that. Maybe I'll make it the only one of the day, to be honest, because who's playing again later that day? Something like, I don't know. I'll look, but the other game does not hold a candle to Inter Miami versus Cruz Azul. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. Like, that's you can't really cover anything else because it's Messi's debut. So, at home as well, because every League Cup game between U.S. and Mexican sides are at home for the MLS side. 29th minute, played forward, St. Kitts. I have not seen it yet. So, to be played forward, that'll be cleared by French Guiana. French Guiana to play forward, given away. Plays forward. Ooh, what do you think of Canada's call for the Gold Cup? It's lackluster, to say the least. It's a lackluster squad. There's a couple of big players that are borderline big players. Eustachio is there, the metronome of the team in my eyes. So it's not too... We still have a chance, but no Davies, no David Lowe, no Laren, no Kone. Still Richie Larea, still Oso. Jacob Schaffelberg should show out somewhat. I think it's a bit lackluster, though. I think they could have balanced European clubs' wants with their best players. Played forward, St. Kitts, blocked away. That'll be cleared by French Guiana. They could have definitely balanced better, but with that being said, they didn't. 30th minute. 15 more minutes. 3 shots to 2 plus stoppage time. And then halftime. And then another 45 minutes. 30th minute. Honestly, one player alive from that Canada roster is Schaffelberg. I like, as what you're trying to say, I guess. That Canadian roster is Schaffelberg, very talented for Nashville. I'm a big fan of Jacob Schaffelberg. I think he's a wonderful player. Toronto should have never got rid of him, but Bob Bradley went and Bob Bradley'd. Bacala does a bacala. Headed on, French Guiana looking for one. Shot over the bar. That'll be a goal kick for St. Kitts. Let's remember that if this match ends in a draw after 90-plus minutes, of course, through 90 minutes of stoppage time, 90 minutes in stoppage time, this would go straight to penalties. Let's remember that for the prelims, that is the case. Both of the first 2 matches today ended at regular time. This could go a bit longer. Because, I mean, it's CONCACAF after dark. There's been 3 rain delays already today. And, well, it's the final game of the prelims. I'm sure they're going to go out with a bang. So, with that being said, 32nd minute, we will find out how this turns over another 13 minutes plus 45, 55, 58 minutes plus. Interesting, as it would be. As it would be interesting. With that being said, 32nd minute for here. BJ Callahan contract expires in July, so basically after the Gold Cup ends, which I could see MLS teams reaching out to him like crazy and stuff, I think Toronto should be the first call. I agree. I agree with you. Philadelphia, Austin, Crew, DC, St. Louis City, SC is the game for Miami, so 5 games until Leagues Cup begins for their group stage, yes. Zendejas needs to provide a bunch of assists. I agree. Ferreira needs to score goals. Zendejas needs to assist and maybe score 1 or 2 as well for the U.S. to do anything big in Gold Cup this year. 33rd minute, Burley is down, holding his face. 33rd minute, 0-0 with another set of time to go. Oof. 33rd minute. Getting to the 34th. Getting to the final 10 minutes of the half. Which is a pretty interesting time of the game here. But again, very interested to see how the rest of this runs. Final team to get to the Gold Cup proper will be decided sometime tonight, whether that be about 57 minutes, whether that be 2 hours, whether that be tomorrow morning. There will be some. It's late. I need to get up early at 6 a.m. for work tomorrow. See you all later. See ya, man. But again, CONCACAF had to step over themselves and trample over themselves because they love to do it. 35th minute here, played over the top. Beautiful play over. And that should be, no, it's not, cleared by French Guiana, 35th minute. 0-0 with 10 more plus stoppage time to go. French Guiana blocked away. St. Kitts, can they clear? Good enough. Yes, play forward. Playing forward here, St. Kitts, 35th minute. Looking through here. St. Kitts. Still running. Oh! No foul. Wonderful tackle by French Guiana. Still. Sterling James burning down the wing. That'll be throw. Costa Rica looking like they're coming in poor form, going down 3-1. Could have been worse. This is true. But Costa Rica also looked horrible in Nations League the last match week of the group stage, match round to Ecuador. Yep. Just hope Jesus Ferreira cleans up his finishing because that's the one problem he makes. Smart runs, but his finishing is too sloppy. Hopefully he can improve it by the time we get to Gold Cup knockout. I mean, he's been playing well for Dallas this year. I mean, he earned a call-up, so to speak. He played well for Dallas. 36 minutes. He played well. It's just the question of how do you see it, right? But I think he played well. 37th or 36th minute. But again, I think he's earned a call-up for the Gold Cup. I think he's earned a chance to prove worth to more than Berhalter, but as well his teammates, the fan base, all that. Cleared by St. Kitts, 37th minute. Shot by French Guiana past the post. That'll be a goal kick. Was 0-0 at the Helitech rain delay in the 26th minute. And it looks like we'll go to another break in play so far with 9 minutes to go plus 0-0. When will Marshall Ruddy go to Europe? Here's the thing about that. Marshall Ruddy's a talented player. He's shown that he can handle more than just spot appearances. He's shown he can play well. I don't know if they go the Jaden Nelson route with him because Jaden Nelson sort of was, how do I put this, preemptively sold to Europe when he went to Rosenborg. I don't think they're going to do that with Marshall Ruddy. I think he's got at least 2 years left in MLS when he can actually really become a bigger contributor than just play when somebody's hurt, play those minutes, eat some minutes, and play respectively well. I think he has to be more of a starter or more of a squad player, but not just one match every so often, like maybe 2-3 times a month. But he needs to be trusted more before he goes to Europe, as in he needs to play better in a more equal pattern of time when he plays the matches. So I would say 2 years. I would say I don't think he gets preemptively sold unless the best bid comes in. But I don't think it happens for Jaquil like it did Jaden for some reason. And you could also say that Jaden getting sold was a mistake by TFC. They could have definitely used him in the midfield. Now, Servania is a damn good player. I like Coelho, but Nelson was playing well in the midfield halfway through that season or later to the end of the season last year. I mean, I like Coelho, but it should have been, arguably you could have said, had they kept Nelson, it could have been Coelho, Servania, Nelson. That would have been amazing. I think that would have been wonderful. Oso does his job, but K is a lost cause. For me personally, I would have loved to see a midfield of Servania, Coelho, Jaden Nelson. It would have been amazing. And I don't think TFC made the right decision by selling him. So I think they sort of bite the bullet here and try to make that right when it comes to Jaquil. But that's just my opinion. I haven't really heard anything too concrete about him going to Europe. Jose Antonio Rodriguez, Julian Araujo, Cesar Montes, Edson Alvarez, Johan Vasquez, Gerardo Arteaga, Luis Romo, Carlos Rodriguez, Ociel Herrera, Santiago Jimenez, Luis Malagon, Guillermo Ochoa. The call-up for the Gold Cup. That's not that good of a squad. I'd like to see Ociel show out, though, but he's not. He didn't during the Nations League. I think Ociel is a talented player, but I think he can go to Europe. But again, the FMF definitely will play with their numbers, their price tags. 5 minutes to go left in the half. Who will be the next Canadian player to go to Europe? Personally, I think it's either Ali Ahmed or Kobe Franklin playing forward. St. Kitts has a chance. In through shot. Taps it in. Goal. Goal. St. Kitts-et-Nevis. Taquani Williams scores the tap in. Bodies off the defender and pops the ball into the net. 1-0 in the 41st minute. For St. Kitts-et-Nevis, Taquani Williams. Got it. Goal for St. Kitts-et-Nevis. A beautiful play in there for Taquani Williams in the 40th minute. 40th minute, so to speak. 40th minute. So with that being said, beautiful play. Bodies off defender. And there you go. 40th minute. St. Kitts has the lead. 1-0 for St. Kitts. Yeah, we'll leave it that way. Taquani Williams, beautiful goal. Definitely a selly too. 41 minutes. St. Kitts has the lead. It's 41, but okay. That's what they put. 41 minutes. Got it. Taquani Williams goal. Beautiful play. Kept it alive. Kept pushing it. 42nd minute. 1-0 for St. Kitts with 4 more to go at the half. 4 more to go. 4 more to go. Goal. Did another just happen? Big goal. It was. I agree. It was a big goal for St. Kitts and Nevis. Let's see how they get on for the rest of this game, possibly playing forward. 42nd minute. Nice run for St. Kitts. They're not quitting. They're not stopping. They're trying to put this game over with before the half. Not that it matters. Shot blocked away. Because you'd stop to play all 90 minutes if there was supposed to be another rain delay or another weather event. But again, seriously, there should be a moment in a football match where it's like, you know what? They don't need to play the last 20 minutes after the rain delay. It is what it is. St. Kitts playing on. Can't wait to watch the opening Leagues Cup game. Philadelphia Union versus Club Tijuana, which Philly should beat up Club Tijuana. I agree. But they would. I don't really see it personally. I don't really see exactly what would happen in that sort of situation. 43rd minute. I just don't. I mean, yeah, Philly should win, but Tijuana does have their moments. Raul Jimenez is perhaps the other big name absentee. Yeah, I'm not surprised he's not going to the Gold Cup. St. Kitts playing amazingly this half. They might end up getting the lead here. Playing on cross in. No. Which player did you see taken to the cup now of those who are not called up? The players I wanted to see called up, I wanted to see Kone. I wanted to see Ishmael Kone get called up, but it seems like he's going to get a bigger move in Europe, even bigger than Watford. Chelsea wants him, which I would totally buy that kit. I would love to see it. Ishmael Kone is a good player, but I would love to see him at the Gold Cup. I think he should have went. I think he was absolutely... I understand why he may have taken a break, but again, it is what it is. Personally, for me, I wanted to see Kone get called up. 44th minute. 44th minute, 1-0. 1 minute to go plus stoppage time. 1 minute to go plus stoppage time. 1-0 for St. Kitts-et-Nevis with another half to go. 44th minute, playing forward. French Guiana looking to try to take an equalizer here with minutes to go. Let's see. Plays on. French Guiana blocked away. Cleared by St. Kitts with 30 seconds of regular time to go. Stoppage upcoming. That'll be a throw-in for St. Kitts. Let's see. 20 seconds of regular half playing time. Then we go into stoppage. Into the 45th minute. It is 1-0 for St. Kitts. Did Mexico announce their roster? If so, how is it? Mexico has announced their roster. It was put down by BKL in the chat a little bit a while ago. I think it's a normal Mexican roster as a what they do now, pretty much. I don't think there's really any weaknesses, or I should say any weaker squad, but their manager, the FMF, is what it is. So I don't really want 2 minutes of stoppage time. Moisey Bombito should be a starter. I agree. I think Bombito should be a starter. Can't be worse than what Scott Kennedy did, you know? So, yeah, for me personally, I want to see Bombito play. It would be nice. I think he could play well. He sounds like a good player for the Rapids. You can younger side or younger players. So it's a shot. Can't be worse. Defender-wise, can't be worse. With 1 minute to go, 1-0, St. Kitts on in the lead. St. Kitts in the lead, 1-0 with a minute to go. That'll be a goal kick here. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. 104th or 104. 1 more minute to go. Goal kick here. Trying to start playing it out here. 114. Goal kick. Very slowly taken. St. Kitts look like they'll get to the locker room with the lead. Hopefully they could keep on with that situation as this night progresses. 45 minutes away from knowing the 16th and final participant in the 2023 CONCACAF Gold Cup. With that being said, ball played back. Guiana, French Guiana, has a chance here. Playing up. Ludovic Ball plays it over with 10 seconds to go. With 10 seconds to go. Plays up. Gives it away. Plays up. 2 minutes, and that will be no halftime. Not yet. Halftime, it is not yet. And now it is halftime. 1-0. Halftime for St. Kitts-et-Nevis. Taquani Williams gets the goal to put St. Kitts-et-Nevis up at the half with another 45 minutes to go. I will answer that Canadian roster question. Let's see. Canadian. Gold Cup. Let's see. Canada Gold Cup 2023. Yeah. I mean, since he's a good team, how we doing, Brazy? 4 defenders. Line of 4 defenders would be, here we go. The line of defenders, the squad. For me personally, of course, Richie Larea stays in that back 4. Richie Larea's in that back 4 wholeheartedly. I don't think that's even a question. Defenders, we have in the defense, we have Richie Larea. I go Richie Larea, Bombito, Zach McGraw, Zachary Broguillard. That's my back 4. Richie Larea, Zach McGraw, Moisey Bombito, and Sam Adekugbe. That's my 4 defenders. I think Zach McGraw is a wonderful player. I think at this point you have to give players a chance that wouldn't have really got a chance at the Nations League. Yes, Vitoria is there. Maybe as the game goes on. But the first game of the Gold Cup, I would go Larea, McGraw, Bombito, Adekugbe. That's the way I would go for the first game of the Gold Cup against Guadeloupe. That's the way I would go. And if it looks amazing, you go again. If it looks horrible, but you still get the win because you probably will scrap it. But that's the way I see it. So with that being said, we'll take a short break at the half. It is 1-0 for St. Kitts-et-Nevis with another 45 minutes to go. Sit tight. We'll be back for the stats at the half. Sit tight. We'll be back. Back for the stats of the half. 5 shots to 5. No assists on either side. 4 steals to 8. 5 fouls to 4. 45% possession to 55% possession. 0 offside to 0. 3 corners to 1. 120 correct passes to 169. 23 incorrect passes to 13. 143 passes to 182. And cards, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 1 yellow to 0. No red cards on either side. That is the stats of the half. I say St. Kitts are the better team. They scored a goal. Rightfully so. I think they're the better team. Rightfully so. I think they're the better team. They're playing a better forward play. They're playing a tougher game. I think French Guiana just isn't up to the task of defending against St. Kitts. I think they're not as tough. I don't think they're playing as hard at all as this game goes. And personally, I think as it is, I think St. Kitts rightfully are winning. But again, we have another 45 minutes. Teams are about to, I don't know if they're about to walk out or let's see. I don't know what time was it when it happened. What time was it? What time was it? With that being said, I think we should be close. We should be close to the second half with how this goes. Another 45 to go, and then we'll be done with the prelims. Another 45. Another 45. An Australian Women's World Cup commercial there. Should be. At least that's what they're showing. I think it is. Well, would there be a kangaroo for anything else? Or it is an Australia commercial. Either way, there you go. Another 45. Another 45. Another 45. Burger King commercial? Really? Red Bull commercial. Again, a very interesting game, though, with another 45 to go. Another 45 of game to play. Another 45. St. Kitts to try to play 4. How we doing, Mile High? How we doing? Another 45. Waiting. Can St. Kitts hold or will they blow it? Will they blow it? I don't know. We'll see. Will Real Salt Lake get their first CONCACAF Champions Cup before Union get their first? I would say Union has a better chance of winning their first before Real Salt Lake, but that's just me personally. I don't think Real Salt Lake has any chance in hell of winning the Champions Cup anytime soon, unless they build something. But again, what would they be building? I don't see it. Champions Cup level? No, I don't see it. No. I mean, they can get in through Open Cup next year, but even then, if they did that, I just don't see it personally. I don't see it. They probably pissed away their best chance back in the 2010s. So, 2010. But back in the 2010s, they pissed away their chance. I don't think they get a chance as good as that. So, again, Philly. I mean, Philly isn't that much better. I mean, Philly, how do I put this? Philly did not look that much better in their 2 runs. They've definitely been owned once they get to the semifinal. But I'm sure at some point, Philly will show their true talent, so to speak. So, with that being said, they could still go far. Yeah, winning the Open Cup. They're not going to win the Champions Cup or even get out of the freaking quarterfinals. There's no way. There's no way. No way. No way, no how. Another 45 to go. should be very, very soon. There we go. The second half to start. Unless there's another rain delay. Let's see. No, it looks like the second half is going to start. Do you like the new Champs Cup format? Yeah, I like it. I accept it. I like it. I mean, gives Toronto more chances to get in there instead of one, so it's worth it for me. I'll take it. It seems like a good format to me. So, another 45. Let's see how it turns. Yep, they're going to try to get it done as soon as they can. Miller, Schaffenberg, Russell Rowe, my attack trident. I like that for the Gold Cup. Yeah, that sounds like a good trident to me. Yeah, it sounds good to me. Yeah, I can stand by it. I can stand by it. And the second half's about to start here. 45 plus. We are on for a good final 45. Hopefully no stoppages. French Guiana to kick off and finish this off. 11:44. Nuts. So about, what, 12:20? Yeah. So there you go. Which will happen first? Vancouver get 4 Canadian Championship titles, or Toronto get 9? Toronto get 9. We're on for the second half, and here we go. Yes, I did bring jerseys, yes. Yes, I brought jerseys. Don't worry. Of course I did. But here we go. Another 45 minutes. St. Kitts up 1-0 against French Guiana. Let's see how it turns. The last 45. Williams on a yellow. Has a goal and a yellow. Hey, that's a good game. That's a tough game. I'd say yes, they can. Yes, they can. If the players play to their level, which they started to have done, if they could just turn some of those draws into wins, they can. It's not like they're completely out of it. Like the past 2 years. I think Bradley sucks as a manager, but say they're halfway. They have a chance to play forward. St. Kitts over the top to play forward with another 45 to go. Nice play. Plays it back. Up the pitch. Ooh. Nice. Still going. Oh. That wasn't great. That was not great whatsoever. 47th minute. 47th minute. Plays up. Oh, nice. French Guiana looking for an equalizer early on in this second half. Crosses in, punches away. Archibald punches away. Beautiful, beautiful. The hero of the penalty shootout, Archibald. Yellow for French Guiana, I'm guessing? Or will that be a second yellow for James? Or Williams got the yellow, not James. CONCACAF. Yep, they screwed it up. Of course they did. Looks like this might be a double yellow. I'm not completely sure. Williams will get the yellow. If anything, it should be a double. Can Messi save Miami's season? I mean, of course. He's that type of player who can. But will he? I say he possibly does. Sevierville, Tennessee, the Smoky Mountains. Push over. Ooh. Should TFC fire Bradley? Yes. Should have done it at the end of last season, but no. They should have done it a month ago. No. 48th minute. Okay. Habo for French Guiana gets the yellow. I'll say a double. Should have made sense. Double yellow would have made sense, but okay. St. Kitts, if they get a second, that's pretty much curtains for French Guiana. But will they? 49th minute. Cross in. To 49th minute, getting close to the 50th. Revolution 3-1 Miami. I told you I called my shots. I told you Miami wouldn't get the 2023 Shield. I never thought they would either. So you and me both. They're both off on international duty. Sean Johnson with the U.S. Romero with El Salvador will be Greg Ranjit Singh starting. So against the best team in the league. Yeah, would have been cool to see that in the Canadian version, but of course, no. 50th minute. 40 minutes to go plus stoppage time. 1-0 St. Kitts. Could they get a second to end it? Over the top. Plays on. Oh, nice. Plays it back. You see Moldova versus Poland? No, I did not. 51st minute. I did not see it. 51st minute. Headed away. Ooh. Penalty. Penalty for a handball on St. Kitts. Vacation, yes. '51st minute. Yeah, that is off the arm. That should be, yeah, I can see why. Handball penalty against St. Kitts. The Loic ball to take. No. Arnold Abelinti to take. Penalty. I mean, it was off the arm. I mean, you can't say no. Till Saturday morning. Abelinti to take this penalty. Can Archibald make the save that he was the hero in penalty shootout on the weekend in the first round? Can he make the save here against Abelinti? Or will this be a goal for French Guiana to tie this game back up? Abelinti to take the penalty. Stepped up. 53rd minute shot. Goal for Abelinti. No. 1-1 for Arnold Abelinti. Scores the penalty. Puts it the same way, but he puts it away. Just a slight miss of the touch for Archibald. Leads to Abelinti scoring the penalty. In the 50, Noziles coming on in the 53rd minute. 1-1. Nozile comes on. Goal, penalty. Do you think Canada can win the Gold Cup? No. Abelinti scores the penalty. 2 subs here. Miguel Habo is off for Thomas Issarat. And 54th minute. Will Javinko return to TFC? No. And Nemuth off for Yevelin Nozile. The first 2 subs of this whole game. Both strikers have a goal in this game, and we're closer to going to a shootout to decide our final Gold Cup participants. French Guiana playing forward. Do you think Coppa Italia is as prestigious as the FA Cup? As prestigious, probably not. Do I like it more as a tournament? Yes. Do I enjoy watching it more? Yes. Do I think it's as prestigious? No. Or at least in the eyes of most people, because, of course, they would never admit that the Coppa Italia is more prestigious as the FA Cup. How we doing, Rory? What's your favorite European team or any team other than TFC? Chelsea. Chelsea, Napoli, Forge in this Canadian Premier League, of course. There you go. 55th minute. French Guiana looking for another to win this game, or at least take the lead, cleared by Saint-Kitts. One bad moment might just have costed Saint-Kitts as this game. I'm more of a Cristiano fan, but I like them both, as in I should have never hated both. Or hated one. How do I put it like this? Hated one because I like the other. It should have never been that way. It should have never been that way. But I'm more of a Cristiano fan, but I like them both. As it should be, to be honest. I respect Messi. I'm a Cristiano fan, but Messi is the GOAT. Can't disrespect that. Can't say no. He is the GOAT. 56th minute, 1-1. Headed away. Yeah, it's the knockouts where it's all going to fall apart. It's the knockouts where it's all going to fall apart. It always, well, I'm not going to say it always is, but in this case, yes, that's cleared. Or that's going to go out for a throw for French Guiana, 56th minute. I would see Curacao beating French Guiana 3-0 by now. But they're not here, so what's the point? They're not here, so what's the point? Don't say that French Guiana is going to win or be beaten by a team that got eliminated on penalties because they didn't care. It's not worth the hassle. What ifs, just don't do it. If they're not here, why what if? I don't think that makes any sense. So, that's just me, though. 57th minute. Freeman to come on for St. Kitts, 57th minute. Jacob Hazel is off for Keith Roy Freeman. Looks like there'll be another sub as well. Each team has made 2 by the end of this. Omari Sterling James is off for Taekwon Terrell, the hero of the last game for St. Kitts. Can he do it again? I would hope so. You start a hero, if they pull, you will win. You don't wait, or you don't, how should I say, keep them on the bench in your next game that matters even more. You don't do it. So, I mean, it just isn't a smart play, personally, to play a guy that was the hero or not play the guy that was the hero until it may be too late. Personally, you play the guy who was a hero and win. Throw in the 59th minute. Or 58th, I should say. St. Kitts looking for a winner, or will we go to penalties once again? Who's French Guiana's best player? I'd say Loic ball. Loic ball. In my opinion. 59th minute. Of course, French Guiana, if they win, they'll go to their second Gold Cup. They made it in 2017. Plays on Saint-Kitts. Has a setup here. Cross. Saved. Will Club Santos Laguna get their first CONCACAF title before Atlas? Will Atlas get their first? Santos Laguna first. Santos Laguna will get there first. Freeman takes the shot, but could there have been? No, it's a goal kick. 60th minute, past the hour mark. Or we're about to get past the hour mark. Past the hour mark of the 60th. Getting to the 60th minute. Offside anyway, yep. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Loic ball still on. 60th minute. 30 more to go. Will we get a winner? Or will we finish out this tournament with this prelim with a penalty shootout? CONCACAF After Dark will be CONCACAF After Darking, it seems, if this holds. That doesn't surprise me. Plays forward. And it is another penalty. Nope. Unless I'm so behind that Archibald on the ball. I am a little bit behind, ain't I? 61st minute. Played over the top. Saint-Kitts plays on with the ball forward. Still plays it back. Nice play. In through. Nope. Still. It was a defensive foul on that other end, so that's probably why it wasn't. French Guiana, 61st minute with 29 to go. That's a throw in for French Guiana. Or is it Saint-Kitts? No, French Guiana, yes. 62nd minute. Oh, that should be a free kick. No, it's not. No call? No call, I guess. These referees suck. French Guiana did their job over the weekend against Saint Martin. Easily beat them as that tie went on. Saint-Kitts had to win on a penalty shootout to get to this game. But Saint-Kitts has played well besides the one moment they gave up a stupid handball penalty. But other than that, you can't do that in a game where it might be one moment. That's over the bar, goal kick for French Guiana. Timbers are very close to signing a center back, according to Gio Savarese. I would hope so. Williams puts it over the bar. '63rd minute. Headed on. It's picked up for Archibald to play forward. Plays forward, 64th minute. Good clearance there. '64th minute. Plays forward, 64th minute. Really like the way St. Kitts are playing. Me too, but is it enough? Is it enough is the question. With 25 more to go. Who will next? Again, for the, would that be the third time? Oh. Plays forward. 3, 4, yep. 1 shootout, 2, and 1, yes, of the 3 match days. So 4 out of 9 matches. So it's over a third of the matches having a shootout. I wouldn't say, definitely not half. Or, well, you couldn't do that, couldn't you? 65th minute. French Guiana throws in with 66th minute. 66 minutes. Plays in, headed away by St. Kitts. Plays on. Oh, that was a horrible play. That'll be picked up for a goal kick. Could have played it forward better. Could have easily done that, but okay. 66 minute. Get that like button. Let's get this one going. Should be a good one, to say the least. Oh, nice play. To play forward here. Still going. Nice. Still cleared away, but St. Kitts still have the advantage going forward. Nice. Nutmeg the ref. That was pretty cool. 67th minute. St. Kitts playing forward with getting near the final 20 minutes of this game. Over the top. Offside for sure. That'll be headed away. Keeps the play alive. French Guiana looking to attack the rest of this match. '67th minute. Getting to the final 20. Closer and closer to the final 20 of this game. '68th minute. What are your thoughts on Apertura and finalization format, dual leagues that some South American leagues have? I'm good with it. I mean, I like Apertura Clausura format. I just don't think there should be a repechaje. I'm fine with split seasons. I think that's just fine. I think split seasons are sort of a staple of Latin American football. But repechaje, what Liga MX was doing, that was the stupid part. If it's a top 8, great. If it's a top 6, do that. That's fine. Give 2 buys. But if it's a repechaje like Mexico did, that wasn't good. But I think the way it is split seasons are a Latin American thing. I think they should be a Latin American thing. I think it's an interesting way to run the sport. 69th minute, I think there's a kind of a science to it that isn't appreciated by many. Honestly, I would see Canada beating French Guiana 6-0 by now. Yeah, I would agree with that, even with the lineup they called up. Not that it matters. This team goes to Group A. Well, I guess it could, but not very likely. 69th minute. Slides in, just tries to, yeah, no, that was not happening. Plays in, nice tap back. Shot past the post. With 20 minutes to go. '70th minute. So 1-1 between both sides with 20 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Whoever scores definitely has the advantage to hold on to this and get out of this game. But I think we're going to penalties once again between a St. Kitts game. I think we're going to penalties again. Just a hunch. 70th minute. '70th minute. Lewis to come on here in the 70th minute. I mean, Mervyn Lewis for Johannes Mitchum to come off. It's a cottage in Severvold, Tennessee, and it's only for vacation, but I told you. We would be doing things from here for a very short while. But we make the best of it, and look, I made the best of it, so duty calls. Trust me, duty calls. And we're doing pretty good for that use, or that, I shouldn't say that use, but the fact that I'm doing it. I know, I'm just playing along, man. Well, I can't play along, but nice place. I mean, it is pretty nice. At least my room is, and the game room thing. But you'll see that in the vlog if you watch a 20-minute vlog. Does it feel cozy inside of a log cabin? It feels cold. And it's, well, I mean, it's the summer, so I guess that's smart. But maybe I should have brought a long shirt. But again, I don't like long sleeves. I think we went there before. Van Kazeel coming on for French Guiana. They need it. Both international center back, young DP wing. Yeah, I think Timbers need both. Ludovic Ball off for Thomas Van Kazeli. That's a long name. That's 3 subs, and that was 2 windows, I think. And yes, two subs left each team for 1 window before. You saw that NXT main event, didn't you? I didn't. I was watching these matches. So, did Braun win? Did Braun Breaker win? No way. Don't tell me. That'll be interesting. Birmingham Stallions. I think, doesn't Brandon Aubrey still play for the Birmingham Stallions? Yeah, I'm going with the Birmingham Stallions. Yeah. Former TFC player Brandon Aubrey. Remember him? Remember him? I bet you don't. French Guiana to the finals. They're doing enough to at least try to get there on penalties. Hopefully they don't blow it. Birmingham Stallions got the 2023 USFL Bowl title. They did last year. They won the USFL last year, so they could go for 2. Oh, you mean top of the league? They did top of the league thing, didn't they? I got it. Well, that makes sense. 73rd minute. They're not playing because they played a ineligible player for 8 games over the past year. So 8 matches. They had an ineligible player. got him kicked out of the Gold Cup, and dropped down to League 2, or League B of the Nations League in 23-24. Oh, so Seth won. So you're mad that Seth retained the World Heavyweight Championship on NXT when he's the World Champion of Raw. I mean, I don't know why you're so mad about that. I mean, booking-wise, why would you... I mean, yeah, Braun Breaker's supposed to be a dominant heel now, and he doesn't want to be questioned. So, you know. I get it. It probably doesn't. I mean, if you want to have Braun keep his heat, you do a dusty finish, but you don't give him the world title. Not now. I think Braun is talented. I think he's a good heel as well as a good face. You need him to keep his heat, but you do a dusty finish. Was it clean? Did Seth win clean? That's if you're mad about that, I understand it. I agree. I think Braun should have lost in a dusty finish or double knockout or some sort of fodder-all, you know, but you can't. Or Finn Balor heals it up in some way. Finn Balor ruins the match. He could have done that, but unfortunately, yes. Okay, I see why. Trinidad and Tobago joined Group A, so they came out of the prelims to join Group A. But again, I mean, I can see why you're mad then. I mean, Seth winning clean against who should be the NXT champion or is at that level or maybe even above Carmelo Hayes. Yeah, true. Especially if he's a heel, you got to let him keep his heat. But, yeah. 76th minute. But then again, but what about Money in the Bank? Seth retains or Finn wins? I actually like Finn Balor as a heel. I really do. So, I know they won't have Seth drop the belt. I know he won't drop the belt till God knows what, 6 months from now? WrestleMania? He's going to hold that belt for a while, which is just, I mean, come on. You already made a new belt. I'm not saying he's holding it Roman level, but let's be honest. We'll take a short break. I'll be back. Minutes to go. Viva Chicho Arango. Yes, it's going to be Greg Ranjit Singh starting in goal. Goal kick for St. Kitts. Braun's a dominant guy, beats the shit out of his opponents. They put him against Chainsaw Voice, and they somehow made him look like a bitch against Chainsaw Voice. Seth Rollins' nickname for you is Chainsaw Voice? I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, you could easily find something better than Chainsaw Voice. 2 subs will be made for St. Kitts, and that's all 5 of their subs. That'll be Taquani Williams, the goal scorer, is coming off for Bertie, and Eibel is coming on. Taquani Williams for Carlos Bertie, and Jamil Eibel is coming on as well. Taquani Williams for Carlos Bertie, and Jamil Eibel is coming on with all 5 subs being used for St. Kitts. 79th minute. for Raheem Hanley. Jamil Abel for Raheem Hanley. With 9 minutes to go plus stoppage time. $11 minutes to go plus stoppage time. We go to penalties next. Guess so. 79th minute. Plays through. French Guiana can clear. French Guiana can make 2 more subs as well in the last 10 minutes plus stoppage time. Rollins isn't even a heavyweight, so why would he have the world title? Also, if you're world champion, why would you go to a developmental show? Again, you marks have no logic. Well, they don't enforce the weight classes in WWE. They do in New Japan. They don't do it in WWE, except for cruiserweight. But that's just... It's never up. It's only down. So WWE's never, at least in the Attitude Era since, never enforced, or even in the new generation, ever enforced the weight limits besides cruiserweights. So you can't have John Cena going down, but that makes no sense. But again, they don't enforce Rey Mysterio going for the world title. Say, yo, you can't do that. Or, well, you get my point. Finn Balor. But, yeah, the open challenge going to a developmental show is kind of stupid. Especially if you're going to put Seth against your biggest heel just to ruin his heat. Yeah, that's stupid. I get it. But if WWE actually cared about their weight divisions, they actually would push the weight divisions as weight divisions. They don't. Besides, then again, whenever they had a World Heavyweight Championship, Vince never respected WCW anyway. But then again, WCW didn't respect the weight divisions either. So I don't get exactly what you're saying. One of the reasons I can't take MJF serious, dude's the AEW World Champ, yet he shows up at an indie fed no one watches. That is a good point. 82nd minute. Ivicic back in Portland. He could be available, but likely on the bench tomorrow. Sometimes that's how they go. When you're flying from Europe to America, it takes a bit of jet lag out of you. Fly there and back. So, yeah, I don't blame them. Mosquera's Colombia beat Germany 2-0. Germany are frauds. Exactly. 9 minutes to go. Abelinti is down, and they're pulling him off. They have to make the sub here. Abelinti for Striker Yusu is the sub here. And it looks like French Guiana will not make that extra sub, or that 5th sub. They can't. They won't. They will be stuck with a mythical sub in their ledger. With some minutes to go. Looks like we're heading for penalties. As far as I know, I think we're heading for penalties. 83rd minute. Hand that went off the hand, but they're not going to call it a free kick for French Guiana. They're going to let play on. 83 minutes. I was trying to do both. Sort of a boring second half, to be honest. Besides the penalty. Playing on. French Guiana. If they draw 1-1, do they go to extra time, straight to penalties? Straight to penalties after a stoppage time. So 90 plus, after 90 plus, they go straight to penalties. If they draw 1-1, or if there's any draw in the prelims. Of course, if this was the regular Gold Cup, they would have the group stage, as normal, then extra time, then penalties. But since it's prelims, straight to penalties. Especially with these time crunches. It's probably smart they did that. 84th minute. As of now, they would be going to penalties with 6 minutes to go. Plays out. That'll be a goal kick. I'll put up the first day vlog in the morning, so the pre-trip vlog's already up, but tomorrow morning I'll put up the first day vlog, the getting here vlog. So St. Kitts, they already did well in penalties in their first match. I think they'll do it again. 85th minute. I say St. Kitts. I had them winning this game anyway, as when this was announced as or when this was figured out as the match. So with 5 minutes to go plus stoppage time, '85th minute. '85, 86 minutes. St. Kitts or French Guiana, who will be the last of the 16 confirmed teams to the CONCACAF Gold Cup with 4 minutes to go. 12:25. It's 12:30 Eastern. CONCACAF After Dark. 86 minute. The last time St. Kitts played a penalty shootout, they won. Can they do it again? Because that looks like this is where we're going. Ted Lasso's kind of boring. I haven't binge watched it. I will. Renzo says St. Kitts. They're doing what they got to do, or they're playing well. They deserve to win this outright, but they're not as of now. They're not as of now. 87th minute. With 87th minute. Minutes to go. 1-1 as it stands. 26th minute was a rain delay. It was 0-0 at that point. 41st minute, Taquani Williams pops in the ball. Bodies off the defender, pop in the ball. 1-0. Then Arnold Abelinti scores the penalty off the handball. The penalty given off the handball to level the score at 1-1 in the 53rd. And it has been tight ever since. Yeah, why not at this point? Can't be worse than we already have. 88th minute. Can't be worse. Can only make the team better. Some weird way. Almada's a good player, but Chelsea's just sad to watch now. 88th minute. 2 minutes plus stoppage time. It's a rot. Yep, okay. Looks like we're going to end this prelim round with a penalty shootout. Most likely. Most likely. Not too surprising, but, you know, Not too surprising. 89th minute. And if this French Guiana player goes off hurt, they are down a man for the rest of the game. '89th minute. Pull him off. Issarat pulled. 30 seconds to go. As they should. 30 seconds plus stoppage time to go. Issarat's back on. .90 minutes to play on. Plays it back. Here's a shot. Saint-Kitts behind the net. Right at the death. Terrell. Taekwon Terrell almost was the hero again. Ironically enough, almost was the hero again. Into stoppage time. Terrell gets that to the far post. I think that's a goal. But he tried to go near post, and goalkeeper had that covered. Way covered. Five minutes of stoppage time. And then a shootout. '55th minute. Plays on. Shot over the bar. Or ball. First. 91st minute. (2-0) Vancouver full time. That doesn't surprise me. Corner for St. Kitts over French Guiana. Takes the cross, headed away, kicked away with 3 minutes to go. French Guiana could break. If they do, this could be the dagger. They have a chance. In through. Cross. Cleared. There will be a corner for French Guiana with 3 minutes to go. Fox Sports 2, Fox Sports app. Watch it on foxsports.com. Does the hat trick apply to a player that scores 4 goals in a single game, or is it only for 3 goals? You technically would still have a hat trick. +1. There's no term for cross. That's caught. There's no term for 4. There's a term for 6. Double hat trick. Halfway through stoppage time, there's a term for 6. But nothing in between 3 and 6. Plays forward. That's a... Nope, that'll be a goal kick. Double brace. True, that could be. I've never heard that said before. 93rd minute out of 95. Looks like we will go to penalties. Three minutes. '93rd minute. Plays on. St. Kitts looking for a last-minute winner, but they will not, at least in this case, get it. Throw in with a minute 20 seconds to go. Over the top. Offside, punched away. Oh. French Guiana gets there. Wild last couple of minutes here. In through for French Guiana. Still. Nice tackle. Takes a shot. Be blocked. Cleared by St. Kitts with seconds. These last minutes were fire. Yeah, I agree. Definitely better than the last 30, I should say. 4:19, 40 seconds. You should do more vlogs. Yeah, I should. I should for sure. 4:40. Doesn't happen much. Cross in with 10 seconds. That'll be full time. And we're already going to full time. It'd be amazing if that happened. Full time, it's 1-1. We're going to penalties. We will go to penalties. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back. Sit tight. Had to go get my water. All right. Second water, St. Kitts-et-Nevis, please. That'd be absolutely bonkers. Be bonkers. I'd love it. They're doing the coin toss here. One of these. Up, down these. I will do RSR for this. Almost 1 in the freaking morning. CONCACAF After Dark in the Eastern Time Zone is a freaking punch to the gut. It's something. It legitimately is something. So, but we will have the penalty shootout. I will review this. I will get it up. Get the video up. And hopefully it gets respectable amount of views. So, and the stream did okay, so we'll find out. And then I'll put on the vlog in the morning. And hopefully they could coexist. And then TFC stream and video on Wednesday night. Thursday, the MRE review afternoon. Friday. Gold Cup predictions. Saturday, I hope I'm in for the TFC game. If not, I'll try to at least do the half of it live, and the Revolution, or not the Revolution, well, it is TFC Revolution, but USA Jamaica as well. I'll definitely be live for that, I think. It's my guess. But here's the play, or here's the penalty kick shootout. Looks like St. Kitts will save first, or French Guiana will kick first. This will be St. Kitts-et-Nevis' first participation. This is true. With a penalty shootout, St. Kitts will save first. They will go and try to save first. French Guiana. The first player to come up is Thomas Van Kazile. Thomas Van Kazile versus Archibald. Thomas Van Kazile go first. Will take the shot and score 1-0 French Guiana. Perfect penalty down the middle. Archibald goes the wrong way. And this could be a marathon penalty shootout with how close these teams were. Van Kazile goes down the middle, and that's the way. It's not the way you want it to be. Then they go with Keith Roy Freeman, St. Kitts. Keith Roy Freeman to take the first penalty. Keith Roy Freeman to take the first penalty. Could he tie it up 1-0 or tied up 1-1? Freeman pops it in there, smashes it in 1-1. Perfect penalty. Pace, power, precision. Right way for Leon, but just not it. 21. That'll be Loic Ball. Loic Ball is going to take the penalty. Loic Ball. It's 1-1. Will it be 2-1 for French Guiana? After this penalty, Loic Ball shot save by Archibald. It's 1-1. St. Kitts scores. They have the advantage. Big save by Archibald. Still on the line. Beautiful. Beautiful. 1-1 still. Big save by Archibald. Boom. Oh. Ooh. Number 19. Romain Sawyers is the second penalty taker. Romain Sawyers to run up and take. Pops his in. And he also did that. He missed last game. He redeems himself in this playoff final. He scores 2-1. Romain Sawyers. Romain Sawyers goes the opposite direction and pops it in. Who's next? 2-1 for St. Kitts. This could tie it up for a moment. Player is 11. Thomas Issarat to take the third penalty. Issarat to make it 2-2, at least for the time being. Takes the shot, bangs it in. 2-2 as of now. 2-2 for Issarat. But if St. Kitts scores, they'd still be in the driver's seat. Issarat, boom. Top corner. A lot of precision and pace in this shootout, which I didn't really expect, to be honest. A lot of precision and pace. Next up is Carlos Berti. Carlos Berti to take his penalty. He scored. In the first round, he scores again. Carlos Berti makes it 3-2. St. Kitts comes off and scores, or comes on and scores. He scored his penalty in the last shootout. He scores again, Carlos Berti, 3-2, another great penalty. French Guiana has to score. Has to score their next 2 penalties. French Guiana has to score their next 2. Number 3. Johan Marmot. Johan Marmot. A save could possibly put St. Kitts in the chance to win, and it's over the bar by Marmot. If St. Kitts scores, it's over. St. Kitts scores, it is over. Marmot puts it over the bar. Well, they send up Taekwon Terrell to possibly send St. Kitts to the Gold Cup. They just have to score. Marmot puts it over the bar. The pressure gets too high. St. Kitts to win with this next penalty. And it is number 15, Mervyn Lewis, who scored. Mervyn Lewis, who scored this first penalty of the 3. Mervyn Lewis to send St. Kitts their first Gold Cup, and he does! It's 4-2. 4-2 sends St. Kitts to the Gold Cup. French Guiana eliminated. The final team eliminated pre-tournament proper. We're down to 16 teams who are still alive for Gold Cup glory. And St. Kitts is that 16th team. They will join Group A with the U.S., Trinidad and Tobago, and Jamaica after winning 1-1, 4-2 on penalties. What a game. St. Kitts wins 2 shootouts to get to the Gold Cup. Their first ever Gold Cup. And Mervyn Lewis is the hero. What a game. To Group A is Saint-Kitts-et-Nevis, as well as Martinique to Group C, and Guadeloupe to Group D of our 16 teams to finish it out. 16 teams left for Gold Cup glory. St. Kitts, the Minnows, can they make some history in the tournament? With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you tomorrow for, of course, the day 1 trip vlog. And on Wednesday night, TFC versus Cincinnati. Live stream and review. I will see you then. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Of course, I'll review this game as well, but I'll see you for that within the hour. So, there you go. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you.